So we are approaching now the area of Meteora. You can see more clearly in front and on the left a part of the monasteries. The formation of those rocks dates to the Tritogenic era when water has passed from this area and then into the east side to the Aegean Sea. The material of the rocks, as we will
Sieltä mekin vaan. Così torni che dice.
Nem nagyon fontos. Ezt a látványt nem tudja visszaadni.
So the area that we are driving is on the right. Even from this part we can see some of the peaks of Meteora monasteries. But we have to pass in between those villages and the mountains that you have on the right hand side.
Majdnem.
It is an area surrounded by mountains. On the west part from those mountains, Pintos. On the east part from Billion Mountains. So it is considered as the breadbasket of Greece, since it is a big plain surrounded by mountains. The first of the villages that we will pass is called Panagia. It has got the name of Virgin Mary. Like many of the villages are connected with the Greek Orthodox Church. The majority of Greeks are Christian Orthodox, about 90% is the percentage of the Orthodox in Greece. And actually in the past, a few years ago, we used to have even written in our identity cards the religion. It has been a few years, like 4 years, that since we have issued the new identity cards without the religion written on it. Bravo, Nikos, bravo. You must not worry. I trust him more than my husband. So, but don't say that to my husband, please. Thank you. All our drivers actually they have been driven in difficult weather with a lot of heat and traffic, so difficult road network. It is getting better in a while, don't worry. Not all the road will be like this.
Dugul a fülem. Menjünk le a völgybe. Hoppó. Szervusz város.
So now you have an idea how the old road network was. You can realize how important it was for us the construction of the motorway, Fermati, as well as the Ionian motorway.
Mit csinálsz?
Ott van egy út, ilyen kacskarikósan, egy derékmagasságú.
Látom.
Látod, ilyen látszik. Igen. Kirakták a...
Kinézve a Győrfön az ablakon a dobra, azt elszédülsz.
On the left you can see another bridge of the motorway. Of course the motorway is going to the north part of Greece. We go to the east side now, central part of Greece. So the area of Meteora, many people believe that it is very, very high, the rocks are very high, but actually the altitude of the highest rock that we are visiting today, where we have got the oldest of the monastery of the Transfiguration of the Christ, is only 600 meters above sea level. However, there are many small pinnacles around the area, very, very impressive. We will drive in between. It is an area that it is an UNESCO heritage monument, and it is an area visited, of course, not only from Orthodox. The Orthodox can be Greeks, can be Balkans, Russians, but of course from people from other religions. Since it is a place with natural beauty. The area of Meteora was a very quiet area, deserted area. It had the first monks on the 9th century when they first arrived and lived on the small caves on the rocks. Only a few monks were living there. After the 14th century had flourished and had become popular in monastic life, between the 14th and the 17th century there was the second biggest monastic community in Greece, here in Meteora. The first and the biggest monastic community is still today situated in the north part of Greece, in the peninsula of Chalkidiki, called Agion Oros. However, nowadays we have got 6 of the monasteries that are still in use and open. There used to be 24, but after the wars, many of them have been abandoned, and of course the monks prefer not to be with people, so there are very few in each of the monasteries that we will see today. We are visiting a monastery with monks. There are 2 monasteries that are with nuns. Of course, our guide inside the monastery will give you some information about the monastery as well as about the life of the monks.
Esik.
And observing the brown bears of the area, as well as the foxes, the wolves, and the lynxes that we have got in this national park. The mountain of Greece is situated in this area, in the north part, and it is called Mountain Smolikas, with an altitude of 2,600 meters approximately, and actually the rest of the peaks that we have got in the area.
Választjuk, hogy valami valami lakakásban van. Körülország, Metszobó, medve település, valami autentikus település. Nem tudom, hol vagyunk. Fingom sincs. Fölébredtem a buszon, és itt vettünk ki. Nagyon finom levegő van. Hének. Van lehúzósok a görög fene. Nem fizetnek, nem szeretik a számlát. Azt nem adnak. Bazári majmok. Nagyon füstölne. És fúrnak, szeregnek mindenütt. Tizenkilenc fok van, azt írja. Fél négy. Nem, 4 óra. Kurzat. Trail, hogy mi az ott? Nem tudom. Főlahusa. Az igen. Olyan csotrogányokkal közlekednek. EU csatlakozás előtti Subaru. Ó, F-hasztra. Mindjárt a cigányok az éreket nem kidobták. Érti? Combo Café, hotel. Nem tudom, mire már arra, de... fotókat küldett. Amikor nőtt föl. Nem tudom.
Semmit nem vett föl a táskámban.
Itt?
Semmit nem vett föl az a, itt mentem fölfele.
Nem látod.
Nem látok semmit.
Majd odahaza. Megnézzük.
Várjál, ez nem az. Előtte csináltam. Ja, itt van.
Hol a motos? Másik kamera. Annak a izéje, tart.
Nem tudom, hogy hova tetted, hát kiveszem a vizet, ezt keresd.
Ebben nincs.
Megfogom a telefont addig.
Ebben működik.
Ja.
Működik. Hát akkor ezt nem hoztam.
Másik telefon nem, azt mondtad, nem hozod?
Nem hoztam ezek szerint.
Hát azt mondtad, nem hozod.
Nem azt a Huawei-t.
Ja.
Nincs másik.
Ja, tartom.
Tartó, hogy ott van?
Ha a lábat keresed, vagy mi?
Hát, ezt kerestem. Nem találtam.
Azt hittem telefont keresem. Jaj, nem látjuk még a miénket? Már sárgáik már megvannak. Úgy sárga.
A meteorák. Nagy korostor. A meteorák. Kurva sok lépcső. Majd még lesz egyszer. A meteor. Majd be. Nagy kolostor. Most csak ennyi tudok mutatni. elég odaga. Ott a pici átra.
So very soon we will see the first of the monastery called the St. Nicholas Anapavsas, made on the 15th century, straight ahead of us. We will pass by next to it, and we will drive in between a stone forest that it is formed in order to get up to the Great Meteoron. But please follow me upstairs. Then you will have a lot of time to take your photos because it is getting more and more busy, so that we won't queue on the steps, and we will pass, let's say, quickly and first from the rest. This rock here on the left and the one that we are having on the right are the most famous with people climbing. We might see some also today. Straight ahead of us is St. Nicholas Anapavsas Monastery.
Ott látszik egy rögtön.
On the right we have got some of the vineyards that belong to the monasteries of the area. And now we are passing near St. Nicholas Anapavsas on our left. And in front of us, up on the rock, we have got the Rusanu Nunnery, one of the two nunneries of the area. Very beautiful scenery. I don't see anybody climbing today. Maybe it's too hot. It is an area that it can be very cold. In the winter time we have got some snow, and extremely warm during July and August, more than 35 degrees, sometimes 40 degrees even here. You can see as we are approaching the small holes on the rocks, and you can see that it is a material very easy to carve. Those holes were made naturally, and those caves were the first cells of the monks who came in the area. The first monks were called the hermits, from the Greek word called eremos, which means the desert. It was a deserted area. Of course, they couldn't believe that this will be the most visited place of Greece later on.
Ez küld már nekem majd. Hallgassuk.
Jó, mert ez pont sikerült.
Igen.
it is a unique scenery. And they were getting from one monastery to the other through the paths. Meteora, it is very popular for people who love climbing. It is very possible that in the beginning of and at the end of the summer we see some people climbing on the rocks. And of course we see very often people walking around this area, since in the past there wasn't a proper road network and monks were a community. It is the sandstone and the conglomerate, a material very easy to scarp. So the access up to the monasteries in the past was through a pulley system, a kind of net that the monks were using. And later on we have got the formation of the steps, and nowadays there is a lift that it is only for monastic use. So we will use the steps to go upstairs to the Great Meteora. About 350 steps until we get up to the entrance. In the beginning we go down a few steps and then upstairs. A bit of exercise for us. So as soon as we arrive, the bus will drop us just in front of the entrance. We will walk up. If there is somebody who is not coming, please let me know. We will walk upstairs. I'm going in front. I will wait for everybody up in the entrance to give you your ticket. And for women that are wearing trousers, I will give you a scarf to wrap it. Since there is a dress code for women, we need to wear a skirt. And if there is somebody, a man who is wearing short, which is not until the knee, I will give you also some trousers to wear. That will be in the entrance where we will buy the tickets. I will show you where is our guide and we will start the guided tour. There are some restrooms also upstairs in the monastery, not down in the parking area. I will show you where the restrooms are. You can take photos everywhere except of the main church. Inside the church the photos are not allowed at all. Half of the monastery of course is private, since we have got monks living on it. So we will be able to visit the main church, which is the oldest, dating in the 14th century, the balcony, the kitchen, and of course the museums. If you like, you can visit also Varlam, which is the second of the monastery next to Great Meteora. So if you want to follow the tour first at the Great Meteora and then to visit Varlam, the second of the monastery, it will be the same idea of the monasteries actually. You can do it, but you will do it by yourself. And I will give you the exact time of departure that you need to be back on the bus as soon as we arrive at Meteora. We will enter now from the west part, from the village called Kastraki, and we will drive up to the Great Meteor, and later on, after this stop, we will do another stop at the rock of James Bond. If you have some things or bags that you don't want to carry them, you can leave them on the coats. The coats will be locked with the driver Nikos.
Nikos spływa zaraz. Griglu, gliglu. Se van, että mun sanon sitä pakiakalla sen. Pakiakalla jällä, et vittu menee.
So we are approaching now the area of Meteora. You can see more clearly in front and on the left a part of the monasteries. The formation of those rocks dates to the Tritogenic era, when water has passed from this area and emptied to the east side, to the Aegean Sea. The material of the rocks, as we will